Hello again, everyone, and welcome back to Destin Business Forum, a television show for the members of the Destin Area Chamber of Commerce, brought to you by our great friends here at Cox Communications. We're going to blow you away with this last segment as our chairman of the board, Mr. Jonathan Ochs from Trustmark Bank, is with us. Jonathan, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Shane. Thanks for setting the bar very low for me.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Congratulations on being named chamber chairman. I've been here for 12 years, and I know the honor that it is for someone to reach that level with the board. A lot of people have confidence in you, so congratulations on that.
Thanks. And I don't necessarily think I really did a lot to deserve it. However, I think just being a part of the community in a consistent way, and showing up and being a volunteer sometimes makes you a leader in some ways or not, but I'm proud to be part of it.
Yeah, and you certainly have stepped up, and you know, my first chairman when I got here in 2004 was John Sumrall, who is your co-worker.
My boss.
Yeah, your boss.
Yeah.
And so I hope that it doesn't mean that you're my last chairman.
I think your contract goes beyond this year.
Yeah, okay. So I got at least one more year, I guess. So whirlwind, 6 weeks as chairman, and really, you know, we could go back and think you and I really started talking a lot, bringing you in with meetings with our immediate past chairman, Ken Wampler, back in November. Yeah. What's it been like as chamber chairman, all the things that you've had to, you know, hit the ground running?
Well, I mean, I think, first of all, Ken did a great job.
He did
a fantastic job. He left the chamber. Of course, you know, you and the staff do a wonderful job, so it's not like things are in disarray when you start.
Right.
You know, so really what it is when you're chairman, you're chairman for a picture in time. It's a year. You know, you're not going to reinvent the wheel. However, what you want to do is kind of see the initiatives that are already going, push forward, and then also just see if there's little tweaks that can happen here and there. I think at the beginning of the year, it happens to be a little bit more maybe legislatively heavy because you have the state that's going through their process, and so there are some local bills of interest, and then you also have, you know, we've got a lot of city council elections and things like that coming up. So people are, maybe their awareness is heightened. And so it just lends naturally towards the business leaders coming together and talking about stuff and saying, you know, what do we want to back? What's important to us? And so that's been a great thing to start the chamber with.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the first quarter is, especially this year, because the legislative session in Tallahassee is a little early because it's an election year, so they start in January rather than March, and so that throws a lot, especially with city and a city council election year too. So we were just in Tallahassee last week, and that was a good trip. We're glad you went with us. So you're chairman. You're looking ahead. You know, you were looking ahead all of last year, obviously. What do you see? What's in store? How do you see things with the chamber this year? We're in pretty good shape. Things are going fairly well with us.
So, you know, I'm sure we'll talk a little bit in a minute about this being our 50th year. So that's a really big deal, and we want to make a big deal of it. And thankful for the community that's kind of made that happen. As far as what I'd like to see go on this year that might be a little unique and different, is I feel like over time, some of our business executives and our business owners and our decision makers in town tend to kind of have a season where they're serving the chamber, and then they have a season where they feel like they've kind of done their part, and they move on and let maybe some other folks in their office handle those duties. And it's important to me that we start to re-engage those folks, because I really believe that there's value both for them and for the chamber. You know, obviously for the chamber, and making sure that we have, you know, the voices in the community that really matter coming together for the issues that really matter, because that's how we get things done together. And then for those folks, I feel like, you know, having the network of people that are going to be like-minded like them, you know, similar station in life and things like that, it would just provide a community of networking, I think, that maybe isn't even there right now. So that's what we're hoping to do this year.
Yeah, and I think you make a great point. It's you know, folks do their time and then they kind of drift away, and getting them re-engaged again kind of puts the big issues in front of them, and it's amazing the advice you can get from a roundtable discussion just with those people. Yeah,
and not overwhelming people. I mean, because, you know, we get busy and we have things to do for sure.
Right.
But I think if you know, selectively engage those groups, it would really be helpful for all of us. So that's what we're hoping to do.
Yeah. Now, you're the first chairman in 50 years that gets to be the chairman during the 50th year.
Yeah, that's true.
So 50th years, that's big for an organization our size and a community our size. to reach 50 years. Talk a little bit about what it's like to be the chairman during that year, and what's on tap for us in the next, I guess, 10
Well, it's funny,
months.
usually whenever they have the chairman get together and they pass the gavel from
Right.
one year to the next,
Right.
and sometimes we'll ask the chairman to speak up and say, what did you do significant in your year, or what happened? And so now I always have an answer. I was always nervous I wouldn't have an answer, but now I can just say, well, I was the chairman for the 50th year, and everyone will kind of applaud and ooh and ah.
Right.
But
And they will. They will.
right. Maybe not for me, but for the fact that the chamber's been around.
Yeah.
I feel like, there have been so many people that have come together over time to volunteer their time, to work towards the benefit of the greater community. And so it's just really cool that, after starting in 1966, this year, we're going to celebrate it in September with a big party, that we can celebrate those years of volunteership and service to the community. And, I feel like also, Shane, I think a lot of people, maybe until they get on the board, don't fully understand or grasp what all the chamber does and what issues we're involved in and things like
Right,
that.
right.
Can you just give us the quick, on that? Give us a breakdown.
Quick.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can do quick on that or not, but obviously local and economic and community development,
Yeah.
is big. And you've been on the board now, I guess, 6 years, and that's been a big mission and message of mine.
Mm-hmm.
Making sure that decisions at city council level, first of all, are the right ones for the community, so that we
Mm-hmm.
grow in the direction we want to grow. Obviously watching Tallahassee, making sure that we're getting pro-business legislation from the state.
Right.
Legislatively, that's what we're up to. Obviously, our relationships with the surrounding chambers,
Right.
which is something you're big on as well.
Right.
It's not just about our little 9.5 square miles. It's really a regional thing.
Well,
So-
I mean, when we come together with the EDC and the TDC, and we'll get together with City of Destin and the county on something, and if we put our names to a resolution, that carries weight. And I think that, I don't know if people really understand how much weight it does carry. When they
Right.
see all those names on the side of our letterhead, it's really important, I think, that we get together for important
Right.
issues and put our best foot forward.
Right. Part of our 50th, you mentioned the letterhead. That reminded me of the money we just spent on getting new letterhead done with our new logo that folks are
Yeah.
seeing, I guess, on the screen behind us and on the coffee mugs. You were part of that process. In about 30 seconds, kind of tell us, what that process was like and how pleased, if you are pleased with the new
Yeah,
logo.
I'm very pleased. I think we spent a lot of time, and it's funny when you spend so much time and you come back to something that relatively seems simple. But I think this is the look that we were going for. It brings us into the kind of the new generation that we want to be and recognize for being really professional. But also recognize our area and the beautiful area that we live with the water and things like that. So rising tide, rising waves, that's where we want to be.
Yeah, absolutely. In about 15 seconds, somebody that might be watching this that's not a member of the chamber, why should they be involved?
So, I mean, I believe that if we're a business owner in town, you have to be a member of the chamber. First of all, it's a networking opportunity. You get to meet so many other people. You get to know how business is done. And also, the chamber is your voice. So if you feel like you don't have a big enough voice, you come, you're advocated for, and that's what we do. So join.
Yeah, good point. Well, thanks for coming over today, and thanks for
Absolutely.
being here. Thanks for being chairman and serving us, and you and I going to get close this year, so
It's
buckle
my
up and
pleasure.
hold on.
All right,
Yeah.
thanks.
And again, thanks everybody for tuning in today. Some upcoming events. February 25th is our Business After Hours, sponsored by Travinia Italian Kitchen, 5 to 6:30 p.m. at Grand Boulevard. March 2nd is our Military Affairs Council meeting from 12 to 1 at the Destin Chamber. March 8th, Leaders in Business Lunch, sponsored by Destin Commons, beginning at 11:30 at Topsail Beach and Racket Resort. And March 15th, our 9th Multi-Chamber Business Expo and Taste of Okaloosa County from 4 to 7 at the Emerald Coast Convention Center. Thanks for being with us, and we'll see you next month.